Ladies and gentlemen, William Samuel Arap Ruto was in Kakamega County today. And I observed four things which are significant politically speaking. The first thing I observed was the absence of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigiji. Why do you think Rigathi Gachagua was missing in action? Because let's face it, Rigathi Gachagua has always made it his habit of joining William Samoei Arap Ruto during events like the one today. He was missing. The answer to that could be lying on William Ruto's political schemes for 2027. Within the political corridors, there is the talk that William Ruto prefers Mudavadi to Rigathi Gachagua, and he's been preparing him. And because of that, William Ruto has been sending Mudavadi outside the country, and lately he started sending him to representing in major political events in Rift Valley. The latest one being in Eldoret during the Thanksgiving ceremony for Felix Kosgei, who is actually the chief of staff in William Ruto's office. Those moves by Ruto is not sitting well with Rigathi Gachagua. And Rigathi Gachagua recently, because of that, termed or called Musalia Mudavadi an errant boy. And Musalia Mudavadi's allies are also responded to Rigathi Gachagua. Probably that explains why Rigathi Gachagua did not attend this event. So that's the first thing. The second thing I also observed was the timing of this particular event. You know, William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya, and his programs for the day are not just things which you wake up and you put in the diary. They are well planned. William Ruto was in the mountain yesterday. The kingpin of the mountain is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Then today he was in Western, the Luhya nation. In Kenya Kwanza's mind, the kingpin of the Luhya nation is none other than Musalia Mudavadi. So we have a president who says, okay, let me go to my deputy, then I come to my chief, or is it prime cabinet, something. Probably he didn't want a situation where he's viewed to be favoring the other side. And again, I know some of you normally say that sometimes I look at very petty things. William Ruto has always gone to the mountain to do one thing, to pray. This time round, he went to the mountain, but not to pray. He was attending some economic activities, you know, launching the dairy project. They are attending Farmers' Day in Githunguri. In Western today, he went for a church service. So that's also significant, but I'm not going into the details about that now. The other important thing, which is also very important, which I observed, was the presence of Johnson Sakaja, the governor for Nairobi. Why do you think Johnson Sakaja attended this event? I want you to look at my first point, which was the absence of Rigathi Gachagua. You know, Johnson Sakaja and Rigathi Gachagua have always had issues. And probably there's a message which Mudavadi wanted outside there. Because when Mudavadi joined Kenya Kwanza, there is something which he revealed. That the deal was actually brokered between Mudavadi, Ruto, Sakaja, and Cleophas Malala, the four. So probably there is something the four are also planning. That's how I'm looking at it, the Malala axis. Because already William Ruto has made Malala now the Secretary General of his party. Let's not get into that for now. Just try and swallow it. The other important thing which I observed was the absence of Moses Masika Wetangula. Why do you think Wetangula was absent from this event? Why? You can't tell me he was absent because of the finance bill debate. No. Let me just give you an example. There is a member of parliament called Majimbo Kalasinga, Ford Kenya member of parliament. He's been vocal against the finance bill. Okay, let's not get there. let me draw you closer home. Didmas Baraza. Didmas Baraza is currently leaning more towards Moses Masika Wetangula. In an ordinary circumstance, do you think Didmas Baraza would have missed this event where Ruto was coming as a president? Huh? To Kakamega. So why do you think Wetangula was missing? Of course, there's a talk within the corridors that there's a fallout. But those one will take shape. But in this particular video, I want us to look at William Ruto's mission. The real reasons why William Ruto went to Kakamega. Before we do that, guys, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, what we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. Like I'm sure up to that point, nobody can do that. So the best thing you can do is to press that subscribe button now. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So I want to thank you so much. And the other way you can, the best way you can support this channel is just by pressing that thumbs up button now. And of course, I know several other individuals, but now it's been long. You can do me the coffee. All the numbers which I know most of you who do it normally have it. I can mention your names, but I know several of you guys feature squeeze. Now, let us get now to the main issues. Why do you think William Ruto went to Kakamega? Number one is 2027 politics. William Ruto is already campaigning for 2027. And that's why I pity Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the group. You know, William Ruto's government, as things stand today, is one of the easiest governments to replace because they become unpopular. There's nothing really which is happening in Kenya Kwanza government. Fate is favoring Raila and the group. But they're not seeing. But William Ruto is seeing something. He's already going to Western Kenya. Why do you think he's going to Western Kenya? Mudavadi factor. William Ruto wants to make Western Kenya believe that they own the government. And in his estimations, Ruto wants lawyer to be a factor in his politics. Because the mountain, and I alluded to that in my earlier video, the mountain is actually proving to be elusive. It's just a small thread holding it. And I explained that William Ruto is still the kingpin of the mountain because probably there is no alternative. But the events in Githunguri yesterday where Wamushomba, one-woman army, proved difficult for Ruto's team means that the mountain is slippery, clinging on to a thread, but there's just one advantage they have. The mountain does not see Raila Odinga as an alternative. So Ruto is looking to Western Kenya so that should the mountain play their games, I don't know whether we guys are right up to that point. So Ruto is already 2027. Number two, his second mission. Ruto went to Western Kenya to rally support for the finance bill. The truth of the matter is that the finance bill is very unpopular amongst Kenyans, especially those from Western Kenya. But Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya. And as a president of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto is not dealing with everybody. And that's why I started by pointing out his timing. Going to Mount Kenya, then now Western. William Ruto's votes for the finance bill will majorly come from the mountain. Rift Valley is already secure. Then the next batch, which will make the difference, is Western. And that's why he went there. And he rallied most members of parliament to join him. And I paid very close attention. Like this guy, the dramatic guy, the guy I love his speeches most, Hamala, Bishop. You know, if you listen to his speech there, he reminded Ruto that Thursday is going to be the day. That's when Ruto will know those who are with him and those who are not with him. So I'm sure that the ground is hostile, but Ruto wants to deal with the members of parliament. And that's why the members of parliament really did not speak about the bill, but it is Ruto who spoke about the bill. Of course, at some point, Malala tried, but the crowd were like not really interested. So Ruto went to Kakamega to rally the support of the members of parliament from that ground. Remember, some of these members of parliament were originally his people. They joined Azimio, they were given direct ticket, and that's how they became members of parliament. So let us wait and see how the members of parliament from Western Kenya will vote. Number 3, his third mission is to address the fallout within Kenya Kwanza, especially within the Western Kenya region. And that's why I told you I observed the absence of Wetangula. You know, there is serious fallout in Kenya Kwanza between those who are in UDA, those who are in ANC party, and those who are in Ford Kenya. The way appointments are being done, the way some are being treated, who brought what, you know, that is something which Ruto went to fix. Moving forward, you'll be able to start seeing these members of parliament working together. Ruto has realized that there's serious fallout. And lastly, Ruto is trying to consolidate his Kenya Kwanza support, especially in Western Kenya. If you've been following the politics of this country, there's been serious disappointment on the part of many people who supported Kenya Kwanza. The other day you saw Panyako resigning, and then several Kenya Kwanza members of parliament, several Kenya Kwanza leaders from Kakamega issuing a statement that if Panyako is not returned, then they'll be leaving. There's these appointments which have been happening in the country. And in Western Kenya, they believe that they're normally being kicked out of office. There is this lady who was the boss, the director general at NYS, who was kicked out. And that explains why when Mudavadi was given a chance to speak, Mudavadi drew a list, you know, which I found to be shameful, then started reading the list of members of people who have been appointed to government from Western Kenya. You know, this country is so big that if you started reading the people who have been appointed to government from other regions, like for example, Mudavadi read a list of those who have been appointed to this government from Western Kenya. What if someone also produced another list of those who have been appointed from Rift Valley? Yeah, but the idea is to try and tell the people of the Western Kenya that William Ruto's government has been appointing some of them. So I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys. And if you watch this video up to this stage, please just know from the bottom of my heart that I am grateful. Very, very grateful. There's just nothing I can do for you, but I'm very grateful if you watched it up to this stage. So just let me know where you've watched this video from. Just tell me, Lee, I'm watching from Kisii. I'm watching from Turkana. Just like that. Bye-bye.